My suspicion that Donald Trump is mentally checked out of the job of being president is now bolstered by the news that he is receiving his daily briefings, not daily, not even weekly, but less than once a week. According to new reporting from NBC News and Politico, Donald Trump is receiving his intelligence briefings less than once a week. Not a joke. That's the PDB, the President's Daily Brief, the classified rundown of threats facing the country. He is skipping it almost every day. Now, to put it in perspective.
So it's basically the weekly President's Brief rather than the daily President's Brief.
In his first term, Trump got 55 briefings his first year. Right now, he's gotten 12 since January. That's less than one briefing per week. Joe Biden, who Trump accused of doing nothing, got 90 briefings in his first year. Obama had 63. But Trump, who says Biden was lazy and half asleep, he's ghosting his own national security team while the world burns. And this isn't about one lazy week. We told you days ago, Trump has been MIA for a while, barely seen in public. He then reappeared with this summer soiree to speak about things even he didn't seem to understand. But now we know why he's been heavily limited in terms of his public appearances. He's not even going to his own briefings. He's not really doing the job. I think it's important in this scenario not to let the White House spin fool you. They claim he's constantly apprised and up to date of what's going on. That's the same thing he said when he's golfing during a disaster.
So is Trump arrogant, or is he falling apart mentally and not able to attend these things or something like that? It's difficult to say. He is really arrogant, but he's also old, so it seems like he could be falling apart.
He's tweeting during crises. Being informed doesn't mean that you're leading. It doesn't mean that you're thinking. It definitely doesn't mean that you're making any decisions based on facts. Now, Trump is a guy who, even during his first term, demanded pictures in his briefings. They had to shorten the thing from many pages to one, and then shorten that to just 2 or 3 bullet points with a couple pictures, charts, or graphs. And now he's not even bothering to show up for that.
Yeah, I remember that during his first term. That was one of those classic memes where it's like, okay, he wasn't that old during his first term, at least compared to how he is now. Every extra year matters once you get above 70. He was old, but not super old. And it was like, okay, whatever. He wants pictures. He's a simple boy, whatever. Give him the pictures, let him see things more easily, whatever. But now it's like, yeah, this stuff all starts to add up. David, I really commend him for focusing in on this and drawing attention to this. I do think that David Pakman was a bit too deferential to Biden in some ways back before the debate, where he did really poorly, and he was kind of saying, well, no, Biden seems fine overall. He just seems like he's slowing down a little bit. No, Biden slowed down a lot. But also, right-wingers, you need to acknowledge that now Trump is not doing all that hot while in office. There is evidence that he's falling apart, evidence that he's not able to speak very coherently. Compare him now to him in 2015 when he first started to run for the presidency. The difference is mind-blowing. It is a totally different person. And that's not to say that, he was perfect back then. He said outrageous stuff back then, but he also said it in a way that was a lot more coherent, a lot more sharp. And now it's like, okay, now he's really wishy-washy. He's slowed down a lot. He just seems grumpier, slower, weaker, raspier. So yeah, all sorts of bad stuff that has come along with his second term, not just on policy, but on his performance as a human being. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this David Pakman segment. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.